Hi everyone, so this is a bit of a different spot than I usually record. As you might have noticed, I don't usually record under my table, but there is a good reason for that. And the reason for that is on my left, which is this thing. So yes, this is a PC case built mostly 90%, 99%, whatever, out of Lego bricks. And today I wanted to show you the model that I made, which is this time actually not a vehicle. It doesn't have any suspension, it doesn't have any drive motors, it doesn't have all-wheel drive, but what it does have is the following. So first let's take a look around the case, and you will notice that I'm using this gray frame, and this gray frame is both the support for the weight and it's also the handle and allows you to lift the PC. So it's very strong and it provides the main support for the whole case. There are two of them, one in the front, one in the back. And you also will notice these massive panels which allow the air to go from this side, from the bottom and from the top. On the other side we have a, let's say, equivalent of a transparent case, a transparent panel. The cable management still has some work to do, but just ignore it for now. And you can open this panel. You just simply pop up these two gray pins, and now you can remove the panel, all brick built. And here are the guts of the PC. Of course, I will post a photo, a screenshot of the components, of their specifications. Basically, I'm using a 16-core AMD 900 3XD, I hope I'm saying it right, PC with 64 gigabytes of RAM, and GPU is a 570 Ti, and there are also 5 disk drives. One is on the motherboard, 4 classic disk drives in their own little separate module, which I'll show more in detail later. And down here is a power supply, 1000 watt. And these are the internals, and as you see, everything is brick built with a few exceptions, which of course I will talk about a bit later. One thing also worth mentioning is that the GPU here is supported, and also have support for the cooler here using basically these connections here, so it supports all the weight. And these panels can also be removed, the mesh ones, you can remove it. And here on the top you can see a massive 180mm fan. And talk about fans, yes, you guys. No, we also have two 12 centimeters 120mm fans in the front with the filters. And there is a big, let's turn this around. Is that cables, which way should we turn, huh? And there's a 120mm fan in the back to push the air out, and also of course you can see the holes and everything here for the power supply. And the back side, you can see how all the cables and how the back side is made, so there is as minimum gaps as possible. I tried to fill up almost all the holes. I used studded bricks for some details, like down here for GPU support. And yeah, I tried my best to fill in all the holes, so there is as low amount of dust is coming to the system as possible. And while we have it here, we can also open this panel, and now I can talk more about the 3D printed stuff. So in order to support the motherboard and the fans and the I/O port and everything, I had to 3D print certain components, and one of these is partially visible here. This is printed, for now I printed it from PLA. If I ever have problems with this getting too hot, I can of course print it from PETG, which is a bit more thermally stable. But so far everything has been going well. I tested the PC in this current heat wave that we have, and no warping or anything so far. So yeah, this is the interface I printed. I found the specifications for the motherboard for the screws online, what are the distances, and I printed this part. So this is one custom printed part, Second printed custom part is the PSU holder, which is behind here. So this is holding the power supply unit. There's also 3 custom parts for the fans that are 3D printed. And there's also one big custom part for the massive fan up here. So this is also 3D printed. And finally, you can see another fan support here and here. And finally, we have the I/O port. So this is how it's designed. So the red button is to turn on and off the PC. Then we have a USB, a classic USB, audio for headphones, USB-C, and the red button allows me to adjust the speed of the big fan here up here. And the same part has been also used down here, and because it's all symmetrical up and down. And finally, if you notice there are orange pins here, you can pull this off and it allows so you can remove the whole front part. It's a bit tricky to remove because I have one short cable, but basically I'll show you in a digital design like LDD file how this can be removed. And this can be removed so you can access the disk drives, which are on a special module inside here. So if I ever have to change anything about the hard drives, I don't have to do it from this side. I can just open the front and change the drives if I need to. So this is about the PC from this perspective, and I'll show you more details next. So here is an example of a 3D printed custom part. This was the first version of the motherboard support, and it had some problems with it. I misplaced 2 of the holes, and I also misplaced this big hole, which was supposed to be access to the cooler of the processor, but it's supposed to be like 5 centimeters more on the left. But it was a good prototype because I could test the fit and tolerances. So to screw the motherboard onto the PC, onto the part, I'm using these thread inserts, and basically you just push them in. And I was thinking that I will have to like heat them up with a soldering iron, but the tolerances were tight enough that you can just push it by hand and it stays in there. And it's M4 thread, so you can easily push them in. And for the motherboard, it is screwed on this side. And to keep the motherboard from touching the panel itself, I'm using 1x1 beams. So basically these parts, I'm using these as standoffs so that the motherboard is not touching the plastic part, the support, and it provides some insulation, some layer between the hot motherboard and the 3D printed part. Another thing I had to be very careful about were the tolerances of the holes. So basically that the pins can fit both in the front and of course in the side. It's a bit hard to show with one arm, but yeah, they fit also here on the side. And this was one of the parts, and here's also another unfortunately failed part. So this was the case, the holder for the large fan, but I messed up these holes. I made them like 5 millimeters too close or too far, one of them. But they were also, this was also a good way to learn how the tolerances work so that we can use all the holes from all the sides. So basically you have holes from all 3 sides. And for this part specifically, I'm actually using a 0.8 millimeter nozzle, which is a bit larger than usual, which is usually 0.4, because I don't need such exact, let's say, nice finish and everything. I'm using a 0.8 nozzle because it's much faster to print such big parts. So I'll show you the other parts in LEGO Digital Designer. As usual, before I start any major projects, I make a LEGO Digital Designer version, and basically here is how it looked like before it was finished. There are still some unfinished details here in the back, but this was close and good enough to basically build the whole thing. And I have few things grouped. I of course also made the custom parts like the fan holders, and I'll show them more in details. But first let's go over the groups. So first thing we're gonna hide are the transparent meshes, which are on the sides and the top and the bottom. So when I say transparent, I mean they are like meshes, so they have holes in them, so they're not really transparent, but you know what I mean. But what is transparent is this side, and I can hide this, and I can also, as mentioned before in the video, I can remove the front case. And if I remove the front case, you can see this thing in the bottom. This is the disk holder, so I'm just gonna pull it out and you can see how it works. Basically, the small SSDs are squished down here, so one on the left, one on the right side. The big disk drive, which is still the old physical one with the spinning disk, is inserted here, and it's held by these rubber parts, so it's very nicely protected from vibrations because it's only held by rubber parts. And then the last disk SSD is also squished up here, so we have 4 disks, and this is a separate module. We can also hide this, and finally, if I hide the legs and supports, the gray ones, we are left with the bare chassis. So this is the bare chassis that I started to work with. Of course, I'll show you some work in progress photos, and it is designed to be as strong and as robust as possible. You can also see the diagonals here, which give the case more support. And about the custom parts, so we have a fan holder here, which is for 12 centimeters, 120 millimeters fans. Another custom part is this part for the power supply unit. Then the biggest custom part of them all is for the motherboard support. So this is an older version, it's still missing some holes, but the external dimensions are the same. Then the second biggest part we have is the support for the 180 millimeter fan, and this one also provides lots of structural stability on the top. And finally, we have the I/O ports. So for this, we have this part here. Let me just choose the right one. So we have this part here, which is providing the support for the button to turn on or off the PC, the USB and audio ports, and finally the switch for the fan speed. And it is designed so you basically insert parts from the top, from the bottom, and they click into place. And of course I also glue them a bit so they hold stronger. And I'm using 2 of them, one on the top here and one on the bottom because it's a symmetrical case. So this is basically how the model looks like in LEGO Digital Designer. So we have around 2,850 parts. I think the real finished version used a few more, so I think we're looking almost around 3,000 parts. It is one of the bigger projects that I've made, and it's also of course one of the heaviest. I think it weighs like 15 kilograms, so I'm really happy how it turned out. So this is about my custom PC case, and I hope it will serve me in the years to come. I'm really happy how it turned out. It looks really nice to me personally. It's a bit more organic than usual rectangular shaped cases. It's also strong and robust, and if something goes wrong I can always rebuild it. And yes, I like it, and I hope you like it too. And if you do like it, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Bye bye.